Hey there, Photo Universe. Alright, well, that's a Canon G12, and that's a point and shoot. And we're getting into this mirrorless thing, and people are digging it. I'm using a G3 with the 14 to 42 lens right now to do the video for these. And most of the videos up on Photo Universe are done with the G3. It's a much better video camera than it is a still camera. But the subject of this is, we were out at the store and we saw a Nikon J1. So there it is. Compare that to the G12. Interesting, huh? So that's Nikon J1. There's the box. And it's forcing us to think about mirrorless and crystallizing what I know so far. And the interesting thing is, as a more advanced photographer, okay, the idea of a small, tiny, capable, solid camera really appeals to me. All right, and there's a void for that. I mean, the people who need a small, tiny, capable camera, solid camera, are, there's a lot of people who want one of those, and a lot of them are professionals who are looking for something to carry around with them that they can do professional work with. I know that's the void that I want filled. And the problem is, everybody's coming out with these cameras. Yeah, the Sony Nex series, Pentax came out with the Q, Nikon's got this new J1 and V1, the Micro Four Thirds from Olympus and Panasonic. Okay, they're all trying to fill this void. But you know what the problem is? I think it's philosophical. I think the problem that these camera companies are having is they're looking at it from a point and shoot perspective. They're looking at it from a point of view where, they're trying to make an interchangeable lens point and shoot. And that's not what we want. For the market that I'm talking about. Well, but here's the other thing, okay? Everybody's making an interchangeable lens point and shoot. There's no camera company that's making a mirrorless DSLR replacement. That's what we want. Okay, we want this camera with no mirror in it. I've got a choice between the Sony, Samsung, Pentax makes the Q, arguably. The only people that don't make one of these flippin' interchangeable point and shoot cameras is Canon. And when they come out with one, I bet you it's going to be the same thing. But nobody's giving me the choice of a professional level DSLR replacement point and shoot. DSLR replacement mirrorless. Look at it from, these camera companies need to change their philosophy. We don't want an interchangeable lens point and shoot. We want a mirrorless DSLR, if that makes any sense. Okay, if you're with me, if you want that, then you know what I'm talking about. Okay, and once somebody comes out with that, that's why everybody was so disappointed when they read the specs on these things. Because Nikon just went along. I mean, this was designed by the Coolpix guys. This wasn't designed by the guys who made the D3. Okay, or the D300. All right. I mean, this is, look at that lens. I mean, okay, so it locks up to get small. Big whoopee-doo. I mean, all right, so here's the thing. I just got this home. I just took it out of the box. The battery's charging. But I can tell, this is an interchangeable lens point and shoot. That's what this is, okay? Point and shoot on steroids. It is not, and you're saying okay, this is the J1, this is their amateur model. All right, fair enough. But you know what I can tell by that lens? The V1's not going to be any better. I mean, maybe a little bit. But it's not this. Okay. All right, it's not a mirrorless this, which is what I'm looking for. That's what I want. So, now, is this a great camera? Yeah, probably. It's probably a great mirror interchangeable lens point and shoot. It's probably fantastic. And we'll check the image quality out and give it a run for its money when the battery's charged and tomorrow when their daylight's out. But I'm talking about initial impressions, okay? I was kind of curious. Did Nikon make what I'm looking for. And I just the general overall feel of it. Now they didn't. This is an interchangeable lens point and shoot. It's not even as solid as this. I'd take the G12 for the work that I want to do over this. I don't even like that lens. And the G3 Panasonic, hands down over this for what I'm looking for. Okay, and I haven't put a battery in it yet. So again, I mean, philosophically, I think that's what it really comes down to. All right, and ironically, believe it or not, and this is a whole different, I'm going to do a different video on this, the K5 has really filled the need, for now, of, I can put the big honking zooms on it when I want to do my professional work, and I can put those teeny tiny APS size primes when I want to get small and have a solid small professional camera with me. Okay, and that fills that void better than the G3 does, which is kind of interesting. So, I mean, at the end of the day, where are we? Is a mirrorless camera a solution to the problem nobody has? Well, I don't know. If you've got a giant Nikon or Canon, D300, 7D, D700, 5D Mark II, then the G3 is really small. But you know what? The G3, I mean, I'm keeping it around because of the video capabilities, but I've actually been digging the K5 for doing my walk around, have a solid camera with me when I don't. I mean, arguably, it fits in the same size bag as the G3 does, which is kind of goofy. I mean, it's only a little bit bigger camera, a little bit heavier. It's not that big a deal. And the interface is so much better to work with, and it's so professional. And the G3 is so kind of slow and clunky compared to it. Be that as it may. This is more of a mirrorless philosophy video. But let somebody come out with this camera, a camera this size. I'm not even arguing about the sensor size. It's a 2.7 crop sensor. Let somebody put this sensor in a camera with it. It's not the sensor size that's the problem here. The problem here is this was designed by the Coolpix guys. Okay? Let those D300 guys design this. That's what I want. The sensor size is fine. Give me the wheels and the controls. That's what we're looking for. That's what we're on about. So that's the initial impression, okay? On the Nikon 1 series cameras. I'm sure they're going to make excellent point and shoots. For people who want a point and shoot camera, this is going to be an excellent camera. It's going to do a great job for them. But for people who, is this going to fill the void for those people who are looking for a smaller, lighter camera to carry around with them when they don't have their DSLR? No way. And the V1 ain't going to do it either. I'll tell you that right now. Okay? And it's got nothing to do with the sensor size, although maybe. The problem with the sensor size is there's a trade-off. Size versus weight, size and weight constraints, and firepower versus mobility. And it's not the camera body that's the problem, it's the size of the lenses. Okay, you get a bigger sensor. Look at the Sony Nex series. You got these itty-bitty, teeny-tiny bodies with these absolutely gigantic lenses because they have to put an APS-C size lens on the thing. So that's why Nikon went with a smaller sensor. I understand that. I don't have a problem with that. The problem I have is that it was designed by the Coolpix guys. Okay, it's a point and shoot with interchangeable lenses. That's not what we're looking for here. The advanced photographer is not looking for that. They're looking for a DSLR with no mirror. Okay, so that's what we're on about, Ed with Photo Universe, and that's the introduction.